Good morning, Patriots. JT here, Serenity Farms prepping. Let's talk water. A lot of rumors going around and supposedly some announcements this week that everything we experienced was in the water. Don't know what we're going to hear, but that's what the scuttlebutt is. So, as I walk down to one of my water sources, it's one I hope not to have to use because it's a long walk to my stream. There's the ranch. It's about 125 yards uphill both ways. Not really, but so I'm gonna set up a pulley system from down at that bridge all the way back up to the porch on my cabin, that I could probably hook a winch motor up to that to bring the buckets back up, and then allow the bucket to come back down on its own, because I have to measure to see exactly how many feet it'll be, so I don't need wire that's on a pulley where it goes around like a clothesline. If I just have one line and the bucket is on a very sturdy hook around the cable, then I can run one line all the way down that's secured on the porch and the tree on the other side of the bridge, and when the bucket is filled up, just one line can pull it back up, and then a couple rocks in the bucket will be enough weight to bring it all the way back down. To save the trouble, I could have one person up there dumping the bucket and one person at the bottom filling it if I need it. I'm being a little careful here because it's still early spring and this is quite shaded. See, I still have snow, and underneath where I'm walking, I'm sure that it's still a little bit icy, and whenever the logs, trees, branches, limbs are laying horizontal, you stand a good chance of rolling, tripping, falling, an ankle, something like that. And wow, it's so much cooler down here at the bottom of the hill. As always, the sun hasn't got up over the top yet. It won't till about 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon here. So it appears that our water supply is in very grave danger. I am told that over 300 cities in 2017 and 18 were testing their sewers to see how much chemical was in the water. As a result of what they were adding to the water, they wanted to see how much of it was being ingested and how much of it was making its way into the sewer system, which filters the water and then uses it again. Rumor control has it after 2020, the number of cities is well over 600 now that are monitoring the water. So this is my little stream. It runs 365. See, I still have snow up there. My property ends at the snow. This is a nice little deep pool where I can, oh, there was one, net some baby trout and put them in my pond. It is trout season. I see I had a tree come down this winter. It's setting up a little natural dam here. I'll have to decide if I want to come cut that and pull it out of here, or let the water build up and make a nice pool here all the way back to the bridge, which it's doing now. I can hear a nice little waterfall here. There's a basketball in there. I don't know how that made it all the way down. Well, I'll have to pull that out of there. So, you need to really start thinking about where you are getting your water, especially if you are in a municipality where all water is treated. Big cities, I am sure, are tainted, being poisoned. According to the report that's coming out this week, reverse osmosis will fix the problem. But that's all the information I have at this time. I don't know if boiling will take care of whatever they have in there. Bottled water probably very likely has been tainted. Definite tap water. I have a well. Back when I was a kid, and I filter all my water with my homemade Berkey, and if it's even questionable, I boil it, because all systems like the Berkey and the one I made, they're not purification systems. They're filtration. There's a difference. Filtration gets out 99.9% of all the contaminants, but pharmaceuticals could be a different animal. Those microns, as we know, are much, much, much smaller than the charcoal filters we're using. So, you need to really, really start watching your water. Those that detest us know without a doubt that water is a critical element to life right after oxygen. So also, according to the report that we're going to hear, showering with the water should be okay, but ingesting it is the method with which they are tainting everyone. I know this sounds like a lot of conjecture, but the report will be coming out on several different channels, and I'm not mentioning the doctor's name or the channels so that I don't get smashed. But I will get it out there after I know more. There's some more debris floating, and it is how I am thick woods and mountain, and you have to wonder, how does anything get all the way down here? Well, there's my chair from hunting season. This is one of the spots where I sit out over this swamp. There's a nice run over there. Of course, in the fall, this is covered with 4-foot deep swale grass, and the deer like to bed down in here. I don't always make it down before sunrise, but I'm always here at sunset when they come crawling in. You can see where the sun's hitting now because it's only 9:30. At 1 o'clock, this entire area will be bathed in sunlight. So, with your water purification tablets, drop one in, half hour later, drop the other one in, wait a half hour, go ahead and consume. You can boil. All your filtration systems are quite good. Make sure you have one that drains quicker. Some of them take forever. Don't wait until you're already thirsty to find a stream and fill your water bottle. You may make a bad decision based on your thirst. I can remember when I was a kid, we'd see a stream like this, we'd lay down and stick our face right in it. Never had a concern. Drank from rubber hoses, never a concern. Now, there's who knows what, mile, 2 mile, 3 miles up the stream, cows, horses, animals, they wade through the water. They shit and they piss in the water. Makes its way all the way downstream. There are many, many ways for it to be filtered on the way down. No major farms upstream from me, so I really don't worry about that, but I worry about humans and debris getting in the water now. We never would have worried about that. Gonna hop over. Whoa. That's recent. Holy schmoly. Get the size of that. Big old popple. So, if a tree falls in the forest and no one hears it, did it make a sound? I think I did hear this one. You can't see the cabin. It's down that little mountain and I'm way back up. But that's a beast. Oh man, there's a whole lot of camp wood right there. Took some tops off other trees on the way down. Got another leaner I'll have to take down. I'll cut this up in small sections and do what I can. Every single piece of wood will be important. All the way up this little hill, then there's a slight dip, and then all the way to the top of the other one, and about 50 yards. It's my property all along the ridge for 10 acres. No houses, no roads, nothing on the other side up there except more land. I love where I live. Chosen for prepping reasons, believe it or not. These trees will all start getting their leaves here pretty soon. I see a lot of buds now. Whew. Let that be a lesson. About 300 yards straight up. I'm in good shape. But walking uphill on slippery leaves, steep incline, head on a swivel, I had to stop twice. Ain't gonna shit ya. But you stop, you take 3 deep breaths, and you keep moving. That's all you can do. So, if we get in just the right place, I want to show you. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Let's see. Through the woods right there is my roof. Let me try and move to a better location. Straight ahead, you can see a little green roof right there. The cabin. This, on the other hand, is quite vertical. Now you can see my gym roof as well. I try and do this at least 3 times a week. I'm still getting my breath, I'm sorry. I need to know every little nook and cranny of my property and all the landmarks I use. Lots of things change with the season. Obviously, there's snow, there's leaves, there's no leaves. But I got it down pretty good. The fact I can't see things clearly here, and I won't be patrolling this far up, it would be senseless. You gotta choose your perimeter. I know this is a long video, but I'm out for a walk and I'm just sharing nature and my thoughts and the birds. I hear ya. They always answer. Of course, they're not answering me. A deer run, moving the leaves, and goes right up. That's what they always do. This leads right down. I'm sorry for making, but you can see the leaves move. They go diagonal like I'm doing to get safer down the mountain. Here's a tip. When I started the walk, I had a pair of gloves. Got hot, so I did not put them in my back pocket. I put them right here. My backpack is still in winter mode for my coat, and I didn't tighten the strap because they felt pretty secure. Well, coming up the hill and everything, I'm going back down. I reach for them, they're gone. So luckily with the leaves, I could backtrack where I came from, and sure enough, I got lucky. Where I was trying to get a view of the cabin, there they are. So, lesson learned, and I know better. Back pocket or in a pocket or keep them on. Luckily it's spring, but if it had been wintertime and I had taken them off just to go to the bathroom or anything, I'd be screwed. Here's something to always be mindful of in the woods, especially on a really windy day. This tree is broke off completely, and it's leaning on a couple much smaller trees. I wouldn't want to be standing on this side if it kicks off, or you're coming up the hill, you're breathing heavy like I was, you grab on this tree to pull yourself up and pull this off onto yourself or people behind you. Head on a swivel, people. Situational awareness at all times. I saw this on the way down, not the way up. I was a few feet over, actually walked underneath it. So the way I came up isn't my safest way down, so I'm choosing a less steep path, and I happen to see this one. Because remember, there's the big tree we saw laying down there. So just something to watch out for. This will probably go down with the next big wind. All right, we made it back to the little bridge. If I find the time this year, I'm gonna redo the railings and make it a little covered bridge with some solar lights on it so I can see it from the cabin. Wow, so it's got to be 10 degrees cooler right here than coming down the hill, which I was in the sun, and up on the other side. And there are people intent on taking all this away from us, folks. As an aside, I still have a couple openings for anyone who may be interested in bugging out to beautiful upstate New York. You know how to contact me. And don't forget my partner, storagechef.com, SFP15, folks. 15% off. I'm going to try another one of their dishes today. It's macaroni and cheese, but What the heck? I like ketchup. Alright, I'm headed up there. Plenty to do. Like, share, subscribe, comment, notification bell. But for now, JT signing off.